The Quran always directs us to use our intellect, to use our brains. When you look at ourselves and we can see we are designed. That's why when you look at your own creation and look at the universe, the alteration of day and night, that indicate must have a creator. Imagine you're walking down the road, there's nothing there and you see nice, designed, beautiful phone. You're not going to stop thinking maybe it came randomly. Automatically, straight away, you know someone made it. That is called natural inclination, or another word called knowledge of necessity, or common sense, which you know by necessity must have someone that created it and designed it. That's just a simple phone. What about our own eyes? What about our own selves? You see what I'm saying? That's why we believe that knowing the Creator exists is something which is well rooted within us. And that was proven by study that was done at Oxford University. In Oxford University, what they did, they took children from different parts of the world. So when you look to this universe, don't you think there must have creator?
Yeah.
Like just you own yourself, like the way you've been created. Don't you think about it?
I haven't really got many strong views about it, but I say, yeah, I mean, there's a chance, isn't there, that it could have been...
The Quran always directs us to use our intellect, to use our brains. Why? Because when you look at ourselves and we can see we are designed. Like, you have eyebrows above your eyes. Why? Because sweat contains salt. If it keeps going to your eye, will blind it.
Yeah.
You see, you have a joint in your elbows. You have a nose next to your mouth before you smell food. That cannot come randomly or come from a blind matter. You understand? That must have a creator. That's why when you look at your own creation and look at the universe, the alteration of day and night, that indicate must have a creator. Imagine you're walking down the road, there's nothing there and you see nice, designed, beautiful phone. You're not going to stop thinking maybe it came randomly. Automatically, straight away, you know someone made it.
Yeah.
That is called natural inclination, or another word called knowledge of necessity, or common sense, which you know by necessity must have someone that created it and designed it. That's just a simple phone. What about our own eyes? What about our own selves? You see what I'm saying? That's why we believe that knowing the Creator exists is something which is well rooted within us. And that was proven by study that was done at Oxford University. In Oxford University, you can check it out online. In Oxford University, what they did, they took children from different parts of the world and they spent 1.9 million on this project. And it took them 3 years. They came to the conclusion, children, if you leave them alone without teaching them, they will grow up in believing there is a creator. Of course, not believing creator, his name is Allah. No, they believe there's a creator and there's a purpose in this life. Without external influence. And Prophet Muhammad mentioned that 1,400 years ago. Prophet Muhammad said, every newborn is born with a natural inclination. In Arabic, al-fitra, which means something that God created people with, to recognize. However, his family make him a Jew or a Christian or a fire worshipper. So fitra mean, natural inclination mean, you're born naturally to submit to your Creator. However, you need a guideline to show you how to worship your Creator. Because we know this life is a test. I mean, one day we're going to live this life. We have to ask the questions, the big questions. Why we're here? Why we have to die? What is my purpose in this life? These questions, we don't ask it anymore because we are too busy with this material life. But you know what is facts and what is guarantee? That we're going to die. And imagine, have you been to Algeria, Morocco? No. Imagine you want to travel to Morocco or to Algeria. As a human being with a sound reasoning, what do you do first? You do research. Which currency they use? Is it safe country? Is it a hot country? You will not say, when I get there, I come to know. No, you do your homework beforehand. Likewise, we're going to travel from this life and we're going to die. We should step back, think. Every part of my body has a purpose. What about me as a whole? Am I here just to drink and eat like animals? Or I'm here for a greater purpose? That's why these questions when you ask, I believe, of course, when I say I believe, mean I know. Based upon the clear proofs in the Quran and the logical proofs, those questions, the answers are in the Quran. Before that, Jesus came with it. Before that, Moses, Abraham, Noah. Now the last prophet is Muhammad. He came with that teaching to tell us, yes, We are here for a purpose, and our purpose to worship the Creator. That's one purpose. The other purpose, this life is a test. The other purpose, for the Creator to implement His names and attributes, His mercy, His forgiveness, His love, His anger, and so on. Likewise, to recognize one another. You know, we have to learn that, you know. That's why, look, a person might say, before that, does it make sense so far?
Yeah.
Is it clear so far?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make it more stronger. Okay, Prophet Muhammad, who lived 1,400 years ago, in the middle of nowhere in the desert, okay? He claimed to be a prophet of the Most High, all right? Now, to claim to be prophet of the Most High, that is a big claim. You can't come to someone, say, you know what, I'm a messenger of the Most High, the Creator. What is your proof? No, just believe in me. No one will take you serious, you know? If you say to me you are the ambassador of the Queen, you have to prove to me that. Imagine someone claiming to be the messenger of the Most High, the creator of this tremendous creation. Therefore, they have to have a solid proofs. I can give you Prophet Muhammad prophecies. Prophet Muhammad said, he saw a group of people getting punished. He said one of them will make up a lie in the morning. In the same morning, his lies reached far east, far west. That was 1,400 years ago. Back in those days, in order to travel from London to Cardiff will take you 3 days. Let alone for your lie to spread same day, far east, far west. How men that lived 1,400 years ago knew about something that we can observe right now? How? Make up a lie, put it on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, will go everywhere. How men that lived in the middle of nowhere came with that? I'll give you another prophecy. Prophet Muhammad said, and sorry for taking your time.
No worries.
Thank you very much for giving me your time, you know. Prophet Muhammad said, there will come a time, you know, interest, usually, interest will become widespread amongst people. Even if you are not directly involved, will affect you as well. And now, if you want to have your own business, let's say interest. You want to go to university, interest. Everyone's interest. How man that lived 1,400 years ago prophesied about something that we can observe right now, because that man claimed to be the prophet and the messenger of the Most High. That's why we know the true prophet by prophecies. Likewise, the Quran. You know the Quran, the Islamic book, you know the holy book. In the Quran, He gives us another prophecy. The prophecy that Allah mentioned in the Quran, that Islam will become widespread, even if the Islam haters dislike it. And we know now, even though there's many barriers stopping Islam to spread, some of them from the Islam haters, some of them from the Muslims' actions, like ISIS and so on. Islam is free from them, yeah? But even there's many barriers stopping Islam spread, but we know the fastest growing religion on the face of the earth is Islam. Where? In the Western world, where every single day there is either article or newspaper or in the media saying that Islam oppresses women or Islam is this and that, but yet there's many British and French, Germans, Americans accepting Islam. Allah mentioned that in the Quran 1,400 years ago. And we know the Muslims are weak, you know, to show you that this religion belongs to the creator of the heavens and the earth, the Most High, and no one can defeat him. I'll give you another prophecy. Prophet Muhammad mentioned about the Arabs. He said there will come a time when the barefoot Arab man, they will start competing in building tall buildings. And that was 1,400 years ago. Let me ask you, where is the tallest building in the world? Dubai. Is in Dubai. Dubai 50 years ago was a pure desert, let alone 1,400 years ago. Now who's competing with them is Saudi. How men again lived 1,400 years ago, prophesizing about something that we can observe. You know, let me give you this example. If I give you £2 million as a gift, I say, you know what, I'm a billionaire. I have lots of money. You're very nice guys. I'm going to give you £2 million. What would you say? Thank you.
Yeah.
Would you remember me all the time?
Yeah.
Would you remember me all the time? You would. Okay. I will give you £2 million on the condition, give me your 2 eyes. Do you do that?
Can we give one each?
No, 2 eyes. Give me your 2 eyes. No go. Why? Because your eyes is more valuable than £2 million. So why we are not grateful and thankful and remember the one that gave us eyes for free? See?
Yeah, I like that.
You see? See the blessing that, but we do not pay attention to that.
Take it for granted.
take it for granted. That's why there was a man came to a Muslim scholar and he was complaining to him. He said, I'm very poor. He said, no problem. I will give you £2 million, give me your eyes. He said, no. I will give you £5 million, give me your kidney. He said, no. I will give you £10 million, give me your legs. He said, no. He said, you're rich, but you don't know. See? See the health and the body? That's what Allah in the Quran always remind us with His blessings upon us, His favors. And we should be grateful to Him. Person must say, why we have to worship God? Not because He's in need of our worship, because He deserves our worship. Example of that, imagine you are in a house and you are surrounded with a fire. You try your best to save yourself, you gave up. And I came and I saved your life. Without any doubt, you're going to be very grateful to me. Even though I would say, don't thank me. You say, no, Shamsi, you deserve it. Aaron, how you doing, Aaron? Salam, Aaron. How are you? Nice to see you. Going? I'll see you around, yeah. I'll see you after. I'm wishing you here. Oh, okay. The Islamic one is gone. Aaron, take care, have a nice evening. You're surprised Muslim with Jewish, innit? You always see us in the wall. So the point here is, you say you deserve. So that's why Islam is a simple religion, goes in line with our sound reasoning, natural inclination, that worship God the way He wants to worship Him. For example, if you want to buy a gift for your mother, would you buy a gift that you love or your mother love? Your mother love. Likewise, if you want to worship the Creator, we should worship Him the way He loves, not the way we love. Because the way He loves is objective. The way we love is subjective. That's why the Creator sent the prophets and messengers to teach us about our purpose in this life. And what makes Islam very special, Islam comes with 5 things. If we observe them, our society will be a good society. Okay? Where is it? Islam wants against alcohol, drinking alcohol, yeah? Okay. Why? Is alcohol bad for us or good for us? It's bad for us. So when Allah said do not drink, not because Allah hates us or Allah wants to oppress us, because Allah wants good for us. Allah wants to take care of your body, you know? But because people, authority and power, they want to make money out of us, so they say no, drink. Even they publicize it, they promote it, but it's bad for you. Likewise, interest. Why interest is bad? Interest make the richer and the poorer. Islam, interest forbidden. Likewise, in Islam, anyone that goes around kill innocent people, there is a capital punishment, because this person doesn't deserve to be alive, because he doesn't care about people's life. That's why Islam, when you look to the teaching of Islam, came to save 5 necessities. Alcohol is forbidden, interest is forbidden, likewise fornication. Why are fornication forbidden? Because fornication, firstly, cut off people's lineage. That's why Islam marriage is very important. When you have a family, and now there was a study done, they said the reason there are a lot of young boys and girls commit crimes, generally speaking, because they come from houses that are broken houses. And Islam pay big attention to family unity. Islam said, get married, take care of your wife. Prophet Muhammad said, the best of you, the one that takes care of his wife. Prophet Muhammad said, anyone that claims to love his girlfriend or a woman, then marry her. Because when you marry her, you know she has a right over you. So Islam did not come to oppress people. Islam came to save people from destruction. But those who are very hostile to Islam, those who are making money from our misery and our suffering, much generally speaking. What do you think what I said?
Really good.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Is it clear to you? Yeah. That's why you should do research about Islam, study. And that's why I'm here. I'm here. I spoke to you many times. You know, that's why I'll try to avoid them. You know, no, it's not halal. Okay. So what I do you? Sometimes I bring leaflets. I don't have a leaflet, but I will invite you to become Muslims, no doubt. But it's up to you. If you want to do research, study, it's up to you. Thank you very much. Look after yourself. Okay. All right. Take care. Let me make clear to you. You have to shake her because Islamically speaking, yeah, I'm not allowed. I'll tell you why. Okay. Because I don't want you to just go think, okay, Islam, I'm not allowed to shake a woman's hand, even if she's a Muslim. Only my wife and my sister and my daughters or my auntie. But a woman that I can marry, or there's a chance to marry her, then I'm not allowed to do that. You know? Is that clear?
I respect that.
All right, thank you very much, man.
Thank you very
I look
much.
after you. Thank you very much for giving me your time.
Yeah, thank
You'll have a nice day. All right, take care, thanks.
Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters. Hope this video was helpful for you. This may help others too, so please consider sharing, and we will bring more videos in the future inshallah. So consider subscribing and you won't miss any. Jazakallahu khairan.